Good Friday, everyone. This is Pastor Danny McKee. I'm so glad you tuned in. It is so good to see you. We're going to pick up in our series, the final part in Small Things, Big Difference. It's the small things that no one sees that results in the big things that everyone wants. It's the small things that no one sees that results in the big things that everybody wants. I want to talk to you about your words. Your words have the power of life and death. Proverbs 18:21 says. In the book of James, it talks about the how powerful our mouths are. Let me listen to this. How powerful our mouths are, the words we speak. Listen to this. We can make large horses go wherever they want by a small bit in the mouth, and a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. I want to talk to you about your words. I want to give you two simple rules for 2021. Two small things that can make a huge difference in your life. And first, before we get into that, on a scale of 10, how life-giving are your words? To others and to yourself. 1 meaning you need some help. 10 meaning you're knocking it out of the ballpark. Sometimes we need to analyze. We need to slow down and listen to what's coming out of our mouth. So here's the two simple rules for 2021 that will make a small things make it a big difference in your life. First one is this: if you can't say anything helpful, skip it. If you're in a situation and people are talking and you cannot offer anything helpful, don't say anything at all. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29 says this: Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. We need to speak with the listener in mind. We need to speak with the person, the people that are around us in mind, to help them, to build them up. And so if you don't have anything helpful to say, then just simply skip it. I was reading a book the other day, and it gave this example about this CEO. He was a CEO of this large company, and he was really successful, but his team and his organization had hit a level where they needed to grow, but they couldn't quite break the barrier in his organization. And so he got a coach, which I recommend. Coaches are good. And so the coach said, here's the deal. You're talking too much. You're talking too much. So here's what I want you to do. If you go into a meeting, I want you to have 3 poker chips, and each poker chip represents how much time you can speak in a meeting. And when you use a poker chip, you have like this poker chip means 90 seconds, this is 60 seconds, this is 30 seconds. So you have 3 opportunities to speak. So you need to make sure when you speak, it matters. And I was like, man, that is so good right there. If it's not helpful, don't share it. We don't need to talk so much, my friends. We don't need to share our opinion on everything in every moment, in every day, in every situation. No. If it's not helpful, don't share it. Be very careful what comes out of your mouth. This is what I've noticed. Anybody can come in and point out what's wrong. We need people to come in and point out what's right, and we need people to come in and bring solutions to what's wrong. We don't need to just sit around and nitpick each other. And so listen, if it's not helpful, don't share it. Don't share it. Number 2, if you think something is good, say it. If you think something's good, say it. Proverbs 16:24 says this: gracious words are like honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Like, if you see something good, say it. If you don't have anything to add, skip it. But if you see something good, call it out. Listen to me. How do you feel when somebody compliments you? Man, your hair looks great. Looks like you've lost a couple pounds. That outfit looks good. You did great on that particular teaching, or you did good when you sang that song, or whatever it is. Man, that picture looks great. How do you feel when somebody compliments you? You feel good, don't you? You feel like, man, somebody notices, somebody saw me. It builds you up. We need to be people that when we see something good about somebody else, that we need to call it out It is so helpful in encouraging in somebody's life when you think something good and you say it. Don't hold back on the good things that you need to say to others people, because it helps them out. And I was talking to a teammate the other day, and they were like, Pastor Daniel, how do you have your team? Why is your team so big? And I thought about it. I was like, I don't know. You know what it is? One of the reasons why I am blessed and have people that I serve with is because I am intentional about compliments. I'm intentional about compliments. Listen to me. If it's good, I'm going to say it. And listen to me, just because it's intentional doesn't mean you're not genuine. Well, if you see something good, be quick to speak. And call it out, because we have so much negativity in our world as it is, and you can find something good about everybody on this planet. And so go around looking for what is good, calling the good out in people. If you think something good, say it, because we need that in our world. Listen, I'll give you a few examples. I like working with you. Say something like that. And maybe you have a coworker that you really resonate with. I like working with you. Here's another one in a team. You always bring a fresh perspective. I have people on my team that, man, I'll share an idea and we'll start building on that idea, and they'll just share a fresh perspective, and I will call it out. I'll be like, wow, that is a great perspective. That is a great idea. Here's another one. I've never heard that before. I love how you worded that. I love that perspective you have on that certain situation. So you're listening, you're paying attention, and you're calling out the good stuff in people's lives. It's the small things that no one sees that results in the big things that everybody wants. Let's just apply these two simple rules. If you can't say something helpful, skip it. And if you think something is good, then say it. Let's finish with these few questions to talk it over. First one is this: how have you been affected by life taking and life-giving words spoken to you? How has that affected your life? Number two, what life-giving words do you need to speak to yourself and others? Do you need to work on being intentional about calling out the good in people's lives? And finally, what's your one statement? How might it relate to your one word or your one thought? What is your one statement for 2021? We've talked about your one word. We've talked about your thoughts. Now we've talked about words. What is a statement that you can declare in 2021 saying, this is who I am and this is what I am going to do? Listen, it's been a great series. It's been a great time talking to you. God bless you. See you later. Peace out.